So, what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here.
And this is other Ryan here.
And today we once again have another interesting video for you all.
Yes, now this one is actually talking about the identity of Purple Guy. So yeah, there has been a lot of speculation of who the Purple Guy actually is ever since Five Nights at Freddy's 2, when this Purple Guy was actually invented and brought to our attention. Loads of people were wondering who this guy is. Sure, we know he kills children, but we don't know who he is, and that's been a question since, well, yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 to Five Nights at Freddy's 4, and it still hasn't been solved, even though the game has come to an end now.
Yeah, I mean, since Five Nights at Freddy's 2, as you said, in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, and also 4, we've seen the same Purple Guy character, and it's one of those things which clearly holds a lot of significance. I mean, in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, we see this man inside a presumably closed-down establishment somehow, and he's dismantling these various animatronic suits, and in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, in one of the minigames, we're once again seeing him inside one of the establishments actually suiting up someone within one of these mysterious spring-lock suits.
Yes, now the actual theory that's been going around since the release of Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is that Scott Cawthon himself is the Purple Guy.
Yes, and there was actually a great image which you're going to be seeing now, which, whilst it's funny, it actually is kind of relevant too.
Yes, now what you're seeing is the terrifying truth of Five Nights at Freddy's right now.
It was such a great image when I think everyone saw it. And whoever invented this, you are an absolute genius, and it was possibly one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. I'm pretty sure Scott himself would really enjoy seeing that too.
Definitely so. That's why we put it in. So
exactly, yeah.
The image we're actually talking about is from the left hallway, where we see Scott Cawthon with two of his kids. We know that basically the character we are playing as is the brother of someone else. We don't actually know the father, and this is why we're speculating that Scott Cawthon could possibly be the father of, well, the Purple Guy, who is also the father of these two kids in-game.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we have to think back to the core plot of this. It's kind of like a triangle. There's three main characters. There's this father figure, and then there's this older teenage brother, and then there's also the younger brother. And as you've said as well, in the left hall of the actual Five Nights at Freddy's 4 house that the game is situated within, we see an image showing what appears to be a father figure and two children, and this is definitely a confirmed image of Scott Cawthon alongside his two children. We'll not be sourcing why, because we don't really want to invade Scott's privacy, but the images do exist out there, and it kind of confirms the whole idea that Scott may be physically entwined within this game.
Definitely so, and we could debunk this straight away by saying it could just be for artist satisfaction. He wanted to put his own little personal twist into the games, and it could possibly be that, but obviously, I don't know, there's so much evidence pointing towards this. I don't know why Scott himself would want to make himself a killer. But it's very interesting, to say the least.
Well, it seems like it's almost the finale, the nail in the coffin, if you will, to the kind of franchise, and answering the biggest questions. I mean, the Purple Man theory was the biggest thing, I think, well, one of the biggest things for the Five Nights at Freddy's community to solve, and kind of Scott putting his face on this killer is kind of cool in a way, because you got to think this guy put all the effort into this game, and then he's kind of taking the honorary spot of one of the biggest protagonists within the game.
Yeah, I mean, we need to think about Purple Guy in general. I mean, from Five Nights at Freddy's 4, we know that humans are made how humans are supposed to be made. They have skin color of humans.
Skin color, they also have eyes that actually look like eyes, and just the whole body appearance. It looks very much like a human.
Exactly. So we have to think, why is Purple Guy purple? Why is his identity shrouded in such mystery? I mean, I'm not sure if he's used this in... I mean, because there's no such thing as a purple man unless you paint yourself purple. He's hiding his identity for a very specific reason.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've got to think as well, like, a lot of people were saying that maybe it's the purple suit, something you dress in, but why on earth would it zip over the face too? It doesn't make sense. That would not be how a costume would be represented. So we have to really consider the fact that, guys, this character, the Purple Guy, is made to be this completely unique character. He's meant to almost feel separated from reality. He's not like a human. He's not like any human, at least we see in the games. He's maybe a darker character with different traits altogether. And for all we know, it might actually be trying to purge through the whole fact that he may be a psychopath and almost think differently.
Yeah, definitely. And we just need to think about the text in the Night 2 minigame when we wake up in the establishment crying. Well, we don't wake up, but, you know, we're on the floor crying. And Fredbear actually says he knows you hate it here. And we know that his brother has been bullying him as well. But he is not in sight, so it just makes you think, who is he referring to? And the first person we see, except from Fredbear, is this Purple Guy.
Yeah, and we also have to think, you know, the child is the only one in this establishment during this time. And in Night 4 as well, he's actually in the parts and services. And I think there was a video that actually existed speaking a lot about this whole concept too, which we'll be linking on screen and in the description. description. But it's interesting how the back room is generally situated for employees only, yet this child is actually in this parts and service room clearly, so someone has access to this room and is able to enter it. And also the fact that this child is in this establishment, as I've said before, when it appears to be closed and everyone else is not around, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And for me, it feels like there must be some kind of higher authoritative figure, maybe the father who works in the establishment and kind of brings his child to work with him.
Yeah, quite possibly. And we just need to think also, I mean, how has this person got his hands on a foxy head?
Yes,
like a
exactly.
full-sized foxy head, unless you had access to private parts of the restaurant.
Yeah, and it's just interesting as well. I mean, it's nights leading up to the party, and it's almost like whenever this child goes home, he has to go into the nightmare of being scared by something that, this character is hiding. He's always wearing the foxy mask, of course. He'll always be hiding, and when you walk around the house, he'll always get you, and you can hear that distinctive laughing as well to kind of signify that. And it's just weird. I mean, the kid goes home, he gets scared more, and then all of a sudden he's in this establishment, almost like he's trying to find a safe haven in there. It just doesn't seem like there's any justification for this kid, and he really just can't be safe, and it's no wonder he's so upset with such a distraught and deranged family.
And we know that this is a kid, and they just wouldn't be left alone at their home alone without parental guidance. Obviously, we know the brother to be a little bit older, but still, like, I think we are seeing the workplace of the father, and when we're at home, I believe that the father is there also in the foxy mask, and that's very debatable, but that is what I think.
Yes, and it also makes sense with that statement, yeah.
Yeah.
And to actually finalize, I think a lot of people may be thinking that in the minigames, we also see a woman's bedroom of some kind. Now, if we go back to the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 left hall, we can actually see an image of Scott Cawthon and his wife. So maybe this is some kind of honor towards Scott's wife. Maybe he wanted to include a female's bedroom to show that his wife also has a part in this game and kind of merge the whole family as one within this.
Yeah, you could even suggest that maybe Mangle was created for his wife, because we know Scott Cawthon, he voices the phone guy.
Yes.
So and we know that he likes Foxy.
Yes.
That must mean that Foxy 2.0 is actually a female, so he could have been representing, obviously, his wife through that character.
Which would make sense as well.
Yes, definitely.
And there we have it, guys. So hopefully you did enjoy this discussion, talking about if Scott Cawthon himself is actually the killer. Hopefully you did enjoy the video, and be sure to comment down below any of your thoughts in relation to this video.
Yeah, and if you guys did enjoy this video, why not leave a like rating down below? And if you're new to our channel, why not subscribe for more interesting videos like this, and also the gameplays.
So thank you very much for watching the video, guys, and we'll, of course, see you on the next one.
Goodbye, guys.
Want to see even more content from us?
Consider liking and subscribing to ensure you'll see all content in the foreseeable future.
And hey, why not check out our past 2 videos?